In the Middle East, tensions are flaring up once again after the U.S. struck several Iranian military targets Friday in retaliation for an attack on a cargo ship. And this morning, there are reports of an oil tanker in the Strait of Hormuz being struck by what's being called an unidentified projectile. The attacks came as both countries try to find a permanent end to the war. White House reporter Aaron Navarro joins us now. Aaron, where do things stand?
Adriana, good morning. An already difficult path to a peace agreement with Iran was made much harder after disagreements over the Strait of Hormuz led to a severe test of the U.S.-Iran ceasefire.
You'll find out.
President Trump gave an ominous warning just before U.S. officials confirmed the retaliatory strikes inside Iran. Central Command announced that on Friday, U.S. aircraft struck Iranian missile and drone storage locations, as well as coastal radar sites. A U.S. official said that targets were along the Strait of Hormuz and Iran's Qasem Island. The U.S. strikes came after an Iranian drone hit a Singapore-flagged ship in the Strait of Hormuz on Thursday. President Trump claimed the U.S. intercepted 3 other drones targeting the ship and wrote on Truth Social Iran's strike was a, quote, foolish violation of our ceasefire agreement.
I don't like the fact that they took a shot yesterday, actually 4, we knocked down 3, at a ship. Not an allied ship, but a ship, a very expensive ship, and it was fine, but it took a little beating. They shouldn't be doing that.
Iran's Persian Gulf Strait Authority said the Singapore ship was using a route, quote, outside the framework of the U.S.-Iran agreement. And in response to the U.S. strikes on Friday, Iran's Revolutionary Guard says it's targeting U.S. military positions in the region. What does this all mean for the U.S.-Iran ceasefire? CBS News national security contributor Sam Vinograd.
It's unsurprising because the language in the Memorandum of Understanding related to how the Strait of Hormuz was going to be administered and really reopen to commercial traffic was relatively vague. It is very clear, however, that Americans may remain directly at risk of getting into the crosshairs of the Iranian regime and the U.S. government if these tit-for-tat escalatory strikes continue.
Disagreements over the future of the strait have persisted throughout negotiations, as Iran has not ruled out charging fees for transit through the waterway. But U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio made clear during his Middle East trip that any tolls remain a red line for the U.S.
That's international waterway. There isn't a nation on earth that supports having to pay money to go through the straits.
Also on Friday, Israel and Lebanon, with U.S. support, agreed to a new framework to end their own conflict. Now, this agreement is still a roadmap rather than a final peace deal, but it would have Lebanon's government take full control of its territory and disarm Hezbollah, while Israel gradually withdraws its forces. Kelly?
Aaron Navarro at the White House for us. Thanks so much.